Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are joined by Joe, the Hitman Elmore. He'll be fighting on Access TV live April 7th against Ryan Jett at LFA 8. Thanks for joining us today, Joe. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, Joe, that's a pretty big night there, April 7th. It'll actually be the first ever nationally televised MMA event in South Carolina, so you have to feel pretty good to be, involved in such a historic night.
Yeah, you know what, man? I've been the Conflict champion, fought in South Carolina for Conflict MMA, and I actually met Jared, the owner, for the very first legally sanctioned fight card they had in South Carolina. I went and fought for Fury Fight Promotions when they first sanctioned it down there. So it's cool to be another part of South Carolina history and watch MMA grow in the South, man. Super exciting, especially the fact that it's televised.
Yeah, Joe, you've been one of the toughest guys in the Southeast for quite a while now, several years of fighting under your belt. What brought you into the world of MMA? What's your background, going into the sport?
Oh, man, dude, I took gymnastics, boxing, got my black belt in Taekwondo when I was 14. Just, man, super hyper as a kid, so I was constantly going around in martial arts and in different forms, and I'm just stuck with it my whole life. I wrestled in high school, state championships. I've done judo, hapkido, just a little of everything, man. I love martial arts, even the movies, and it's just a way to express something I've studied so hard.
Yeah, Joe, man, you've had some great fights over the years, and you fought a lot of tough guys. Do you have a favorite moment or memory in your career up to this point?
Man, I got a lot. Right now, I do believe I hold the world record for the fastest omoplata finish in the history of MMA against Chike Lindsay. At the time was number 2 Muay Thai ranked athlete in the world. So that really, I think that was probably my best moment because I went out there and he's a dangerous striker and I finished him fast and really made a stamp for myself at that point.
Oh, yeah, that's quite a feather in your cap. That's a tough guy right there. And another kind of interesting thing I thought was that you're one of the competitors in the Combat Arena, the 2-on-2 MMA competition. What did you think about that experience, and would you be willing to do that in the future?
I mean, it was fun, man. It was new here, and with it being done the first time, there's some things they need to kink out with it. But it was exciting, man. I fought with another tough guy that I actually fought with. Me and Ronnie Bam Bam Rogers teamed up against JB and Adam. Who was the guys we fought? Their names are slipping my mind right now. Adam Townsend and JB, man, and that was those guys were tough, man. It was fun, man. It was kind of like parkour fighting. I wish we would have got to train a little bit together for it. Me and Ronnie just kind of went out there and winged it with no game plan, considering we didn't know what was going on. But I mean, it was fun, man. I like to fight, so.
Absolutely, man. And you've also fought in Kazakhstan a couple years ago. What was your experience like? I mean, the pros and cons, and would you ever want to fight over there again?
Okay, so the only bad thing I could say about that was the fact that I did not find out about it till Tuesday night at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was flying on a plane to go to Kazakhstan by noon the next day, the short notice. But, man, it was actually amazing, man. It's like just the way they treated us and escorted us around and took us. They brought stuff to our hotel, anything we asked for. It was absolutely just, it was like, it reminded me back in the day, like when kings and Rome's would have their warriors go out and like have they had a banquet for us, and I'm not sure if they were trying to fatten us up and stuff us before the fight, but no, they treated us good, man. I've got a lot of friends, and matter of fact, one of the guys I fought with over there, he lost that night, but he heel hooked Conor McGregor, and his manager has a lot of the Kazakhstan and Russian guys that come over here and fight in the UFC. So when he came to fight in UFC Atlanta, they actually came over here, the guys that were on the fight card with me. We hung out for 2 or 3 days and went to the UFC fights with them. And so, it was a great experience, man. I made a lot of good friends while I was over there, and I'm probably going to go back and train over there.
Looking forward to your next fight. Obviously, April 7th, a big night. You're taking on Ryan Jett, a little bit on the inexperienced side, 3-1 as a pro, but he's riding a 3-fight knockout streak. How do you feel about the matchup, and how do you feel about how the fight's going to go?
It's good, man. I've never been knocked down in a fight. Even when I was fighting, I fought 205 when I was an Emmy and 10-0. out of Alabama, and then I didn't drop to 155 till I think my fourth pro fight here. So, I mean, I've fought powerful guys. I've got a lot of experience. I'm powerful myself. I can take a punch. I haven't seen him grapple, but he has got a lot of knockouts. But from what I've seen, he was a little bit limited in his stance. That long boxing, he leads with his power hand. He suckers you into circle and out, and knocks you out, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that to me. I think it's going to be fun for the fans to watch. He's got great movement. We're going to bang, and it's kind of fight the fans want to see, because we can go out there and do it all. It's not going to be somebody laying on top of somebody praying for a while.
Absolutely, man. Anyone who's seen you fight, you always bring in some very exciting fights in your career. I know you're training at 8's Sports down in Atlanta, and there's a lot of talent in that area. Who you got in the gym with you, and how's training going?
Well, actually, yeah, man, we just picked up a new striking coach. We brought him in as our permanent MMA striking coach from Cuba. It's Roberto Duran. He actually beat Sugar Ray Leonard back in the day, man. It's got a few UFC guys, Olympic champions. We've got Rodrigo Archulero. He's a world champion, judo world champion, BJJ world champion. Went down and trained in New Mexico City when Cain Velasquez was down there fighting. They pulled him into the camp. 8's Sports has got a lot of good guys. We got Gabriel Kotober. He beat Ben Askren in Worlds, flying armbar Chris Weidman. I mean, we've got elite coaches, and they've really made a camp, and they actually hired us to work there. I've been working at the gym, so I'm there teaching at 6:30 a.m., training until 10 p.m. at night with, just the best. Every location too. Bruno, he's another world champion they just brought in at our other location. We have 3 locations in Atlanta. We all bring the 3 locations together at night and train. And man, they might be 6 black belts on the mat with us at one time while we're doing team training. It's a blessing.
Yeah, man, it sounds like you're staying pretty busy there in the gym. I know you're not looking past your current opponent, but if you did get a big win over Ryan Jett on a national stage like LFA, would you want to stay there for a couple more fights, or are you looking to jump around, maybe to fight overseas? What would be kind of your plan going forward in your career?
I love Legacy, man. This will be my second fight in Legacy. I love him, man. I'd like to take a couple more titles. I know Mick Maynard has been matchmaking with the UFC and stuff now, and of course, win that title and keep winning a few for Legacy. And if they don't sign me, maybe pull me to the UFC. I got a lot of fights under my belt. I'm always ready at any time. So, whatever. Yeah, whatever, man. I want to fight. Maybe even go back overseas for one of these promotions. I don't know, man. I'll fight whoever. I'm always ready.
I think you would be a good fit for Japan, Ryzen using the old Pride rule set. I think that would suit you very well.
Yeah. Was it 1FC? I've contacted them. There's a few promotions over there. Yeah, man, and anybody that has watched me fight, I really have fun, man. Like, I get kicked in my face and I'm going to blow a kiss, and it's just like Nate Diaz, man. I feel like I'm the Nate Diaz of Atlanta. I'm having so much damn fun out there. It's not even a fight, but I'm fighting. And, yeah, man, I'll fight anywhere, and I like it more brutal, the more banging we can go, and the more I like it.
Absolutely, Joe. And before we let you go, we appreciate you joining us, and we'll let you kind of close this off here. Where can fans find you on social media? And if you have any shout-outs or sponsors you'd like to thank, I'll let you have the floor.
Absolutely, man. 8's Sports Marietta, 8's Sports West Midtown, and 8's Sports Inman Park out of Atlanta, Georgia. Man, all my teammates, Nasty Nate, he just won the Georgia title. He's been really pushing the team to be there and have the guys ready to train. Grips Athletics, John Barbasetti, and they sponsor me and with all my grappling gear. I want to thank them. Tony Tucci, a shout out to him for putting 8's Sports together and bringing all these coaches in. Yeah, man, that's it. My beautiful wife, she just got Teacher of the Year. I got to send a shout out. I found out today, man, and she's there in my corner every single fight, so I got to throw her one out too. Contact me at Joe Hitman Elmore on Facebook, Joe Hitman 187 on Instagram, and that's it as far as my social media.
Absolutely, guys, and be sure to check him out April 7th, LFA. live on Access TV. He's going to be on the main card. Going to be a great fight. Thanks again for joining us, Joe.
Yeah, man. Thank you.